It is so good to see you
Thank
again.
you.
Know, I've been talking to your dad, and I remember the last time you were in Boston, and this closeness you and your father had. You still have it. Yeah, he told me he has a love affair with you.
He does?
Yeah. Did you know that?
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
He's my dad. You know?
He's also your manager, and it's
He's a
good to
guy.
keep it in the family, isn't it, Scott?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's too many bad people that want to take from people, and he just does what he does from the heart, and that's it.
Back to Brooklyn. Well, not really back to Brooklyn, but with Baby Talk.
Brooklyn Heights.
Brooklyn Heights. And you grew up in Brooklyn, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so this
I
ought to
grew
be
up right by
fun.
the Verrazano Bridge.
But this is brand new. I mean, let's tell the audience. You haven't started shooting yet.
No.
Only cemented the deal last Friday, huh? Let's tell them like
I
it
went to a
is.
press conference, and the guy says, when you signed the deal, I said, well, I didn't sign it. I said yes yesterday. And
And here you are, huh? This ought to be fun, though. And you get a chance to direct, right?
yeah.
Is it First Love?
Directing? No. My
No?
first love, of course, is acting. I've been doing it for
Joni Loves Chachi?
well, since Charles in Charge.
Since Charles in Charge.
Well, that ended about a year ago, almost
Yeah.
exactly a year ago, and I've been just directing for that during that year. So I just got into that.
So will you direct all of Baby Talk?
No. I didn't direct all of Charles in Charge. I can't do that.
So how tough is it to walk back, step back, and not be
It's-
director? And
The first time you do, the first couple of times you do, it's very difficult. But after a while, it's not as difficult as it would seem.
the crew doesn't look at you. I mean, the crew works for you one day as a director.
Well, the crew
and-
looks at you if you don't know what you're doing. The first time I directed, they didn't know if I knew what I was doing, as anybody
Yeah.
would think. And then, they knew I knew what I was doing, and they realized that I was getting them out 2 and 3 hours earlier than everybody else that we had, and still getting the work done, and which endears you to a crew, and because I work very fast, and I do as much, I work very hard.
East Coast style, huh? Very fast.
I guess, yeah. Because what happens is people just want to get home. I know.
I know the
It's like,
feeling.
oh God, you love to go to work. I want to go home. Okay, all right, you're done. Yeah, okay, go home. So.
So actors love you. You don't take them to death, huh?
Never ever.
That's great.
Never ever.
I heard, and this is going to break a lot of young women's hearts, but I heard you now have a lady who actually makes chocolate cream pie
She makes a lot of things.
from
yeah.
scratch.
Yeah, she does all that
A
stuff.
real cook.
Yeah, she's quite amazing.
Your dad loves her, huh?
She's a great girl. I'm glad.
I feel like a messenger between
I've
you
been
and
through
your
a lot
father.
of bombs with my family.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I
huh?
mean? Is she coming over to the house again? Yeah, Dad. Well, okay, I'll be in the backyard. All right, Dad.
But not this lady, huh?
No, she's from Canada. She's got a small mind mentality. She doesn't have all these illusions of money, and she just wants to be happy. She wants to just be happy and have a family and all that stuff. And I'm so used to these excuse this expression, these women in this town. The majority of them are just sharks. And I've been swimming with them for too long, and it's not a healthy life.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Well, aren't you
swimming
lucky
with
then?
somebody who she's great.
Isn't
She's
that nice?
Finnish.
I think you've done an awful lot with the after-school specials to probably change a lot of young people's minds.
I
I don't
hope
know if
so.
you get any letters, but boy, you had a string of them that dealt with so many issues.
Yeah, I did one about drinking and driving, smoking grass, handicapped people. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. In fact, I got a letter once. This was about about a show I did about alcohol, about alcoholism. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, about alcoholism. It was a TV movie called The Boy Who Drank. From watching this movie, she learned that there are places to go and things that you can do, and her family was in recovery. And, it was just a wonderful feeling that, if one person out of, this huge country that we all live in, if I help that one person, that's great. That's a
Well, I
wonderful
think
feeling.
Baby Talk, too, can take a lot of very serious and difficult times for especially single mothers. I was talking to Mary Page about this, your
Yeah.
co-star. And maybe with humor, because of the 18-month-old who talks, and with your abilities, maybe
Doesn't talk.
doesn't
You
talk.
just hear his
Thinks.
thoughts.
You thinks. But maybe you can provide some insight. I mean, it's good when television can do that
Absolutely.
and entertain at the same time, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, there's so much bad stuff. you know, if you watch the news, I mean, it's the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life. If you and you know, and without naming shows, there are some shows that, you know, if you don't see somebody naked, you know, and I just don't think that's the.
Do you have a wish list, a project that you're dying to do, but you know is probably 10 years down the road for you? I mean, you know.
Oh God, I would love to.
I mean, Gandhi took 20 years. You know,
well, I'll tell you
for
what.
Richard Attenborough to get together.
I don't have a specific project. I would kill anyone to work with Al Pacino.
Really? You know.
I met him.
You remind me of him.
Well, thank you.
You do, now that you say that.
Thank you. I met him, and I have never. I've met the President of the United States, and I've met a lot of big celebrities, but I met this guy, and I got the sweats. I couldn't handle myself. I couldn't control myself. I don't. Mr. Pacino.
It even happens to you, huh?
Well, yes. He just walked. I just met him, and I met him not too long ago, actually, and I was just in such awe that I can't tell you.